Happy holidays! It's that time of year, video creeps. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the fucking things that you do around this time of year. But first, watch me do what I do around this time of year and every day throughout the year. And that's watch a horror movie! And today, the horror movie that we are covering, as you can tell by my Christmas sweater, will be a Christmas-themed horror film. And today we're doing Silent Night, Deadly Night. Santa's home, baby. I fucking love the opening of this movie. I really love whenever a movie can just give you your credits and then fuck you, we're into it, we're getting the movie going. And that's exactly what this movie does. It shows you a sweet logo of a reef, Silent Night, Deadly Night, 2 minutes of credits, and then boom, we're out.
In the night, close the door, turn out the light.
And what we see is a family in a car. There's a mom and dad up front, a little boy, and he's next to a baby in a car seat. And the kid is getting restless. He's like, hey, where the fuck are we going? Do you guys know it's almost Christmas time? And mom or dad are like, exactly, it's Christmas. We have to go see Grandpa. Because Grandpa is fucked way up and turned all the way off. He's mentally a VeggieTale. But little Billy doesn't give a fuck. His eye's on the prize. He's all about them presents. Because it's Christmas. He's like, fuck that old bitch. What about Santa? Billy's eye is on the fucking prize. But they go to see Grandpa anyway. And as to be expected, Grandpa is a coma-ridden nightmare. There's fucking nothing there.
It's me, Dad, Jimmy.
Dad. It's Ellie. We have Billy here and little Ricky too.
Why doesn't Grandpa say something?
The kid's a bit insensitive about it, but he's right. Grandpa's fucking gone. An orderly comes in and says that they want to talk to mom and dad about Grandpa, so they leave little Billy alone with Grandpa. And boom, shock and reveal, Grandpa isn't in a coma. He's just playing motherfuckers like a fiddle. And he tells Billy, yo, it's Christmas, I know you're stoked, but fuck this holiday. Santa Claus is grimy. Stay away. Billy's like, well, what the fuck? And Grandpa goes right back into doll mode, just in time for mom and dad to come back in and remain none the wiser that Grandpa is kind of fucking with everybody. Not gonna lie, when I'm an old man, I could see myself doing shit like that. Before the parents do come in though, there's a really funny scene. I don't know if it's meant to be intentional or maybe I just found the humor in it, but Grandpa asks little Billy if he's been good or naughty. And there's a slight moment where Billy is thinking to himself nah, I've been doing some real kid shit that's been leading down some dirty roads.
What about you, boy? You been good all year? You see Santa Claus tonight? You better run, boy. You better run for your life.
I don't know, that shit just makes me laugh. They all get back in the car and head back to the house when mommy decides that she's gonna start to get loose-lipped, but Billy's not having any of that shit and he shuts it down.
Billy, calm down. Grandpa is nothing but a crazy old fool.
Mommy, you shouldn't have said that. It's naughty to say bad things about old people. Santa Claus will punish you.
Oh, you just got set straight, bitch! We see a random Santa Claus mug a bodega, and this is when we find out that Santa Claus keeps a strap on him at all times. Santa dips out, and we don't see him for a little bit until we do. He's broken down on the side of the road, and he's waving down a car for help. Lo and behold, this car just so happens to be our Billy and his family. Santa walks over to the car, whips out his gun, and gives it to the dad. One in the gut and one in the head. and then he makes mom get out because he did it all for the nookie, and slits mom's throat. Which I guess fucking trigger warning for anyone who needs one, because this movie has some fucked up stuff in it. Like, this is like lightweight a rape scene, and it's not the only one that you're gonna get in this film. So I don't know, if you're squeamish about shit like that, I don't know, watch part 2 or something. Billy is able to escape and hides in the tall grass and watches his parents get murdered by Santa Claus. The film jumps forward in time and we see that Billy and his brother Ricky are both in an orphanage. And Billy has gotten to know the place pretty well, but not well enough to know that artistic expression in a place like this is not open to interpretation, and they shut that shit way down.
Billy, take that down.
He makes a Christmas picture and it just does not fly. He's sent to go see Mother Superior, a cunt! And we meet Sister Margaret, an angel. Mother Superior sends Billy to his room and says, playing is a no-no for you. But Sister Margaret says nuts to that and lets him out of his room, so that way he can go and play with his friends. But on his way to going to the courtyard, he gets distracted by Titty, because another sister is getting it on with, like, someone, who knows. But Billy takes a quick peek stop, and he gets a good look. But Mother Superior catches him and pushes him out of the way because she knows a threesome opportunity when she sees one. And oh shit, cake time. Once she's done enjoying in the festivities, still feeling all that pent up kink in her, she goes to Billy's room and with a belt, just her fucking rocks off. Billy goes to bed, but oh no, things keep getting worse for little Billy. He has a terrible dream where he sees mommy and daddy being murdered by Santa Claus. Who would have guessed that that would have fucked him up a little? He gets up, he's making noise, and Mother Superior is like, fuck your dreams. And straight up child abuses little Billy by like tying him up to like a bed and shit. It's fucking harsh. I feel really bad for Billy in this scene. This bitch needs to be stopped. Her sexual repression is out of control. But Mother Superior refuses to see the error in her ways. In fact, she thinks that she just needs to double down. And since it is Christmas time in the orphanage, she thinks what a really good idea is for this child who watched Santa Claus murder his parents would be if he goes and sits on Santa's lap. What's the BFD? But again, Billy says nuts to that and fucking decks Santa right in his face. Did you get it? You get it? Because I said deck. Like, it's Christmas. We do a 10-year jump into the future where we see that Billy has naughty stressed his hair blonde, and Sister Margaret, being the angel that she is, comes over and sets him up with a cool job at a grocery store where he is killing it, making an honest living, and crushing on a cute little brunette named Pamela. But his co-worker is a dick to him. A situation that I think could have been avoided altogether if Billy was just a little bit more open about what happened with him in his past. But I get it, no one wants to listen to your trauma. That's why I don't talk about my shit, keep it deep down. Plus, Billy's rationale is, why do that when I could just daydream about fucking Pamela? But he catches himself being naughty, and that triggers his fucking naughty senses. And he goes up into a corner and just crawls down, just fucking hating himself. Despite Billy's boss' honest attempt at just bringing Billy into the fold, he adds insult to injury and actually has Billy dress up as Santa Claus. We gotta get these kid customers, son.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
But luckily, that all goes over well, despite one little girl who was having kind of a hard time, who Billy set right the fuck straight. But all things considered, it was a success. And once they close those doors, the boss decides it's time to turn the fuck up and pour drink. A drunk Billy sees Dick co-worker making out with Pamela. Oh no, my fucking heart. All the while, a drunken boss tells Billy to do what Santa do. However, Billy's idea of what Santa do, Santa don't. So he heads over so that way he can stop whatever the fuck is happening between Dick co-worker and Pamela. Because that's my girl, son. But what he comes across is far more disturbing. A drunk Dick co-worker and Pamela, after making out, are now at a place where he wants to get things done, but she's not feeling it, and he actually rapes her. But Billy, witnessing this, ends up flashing back to what he saw happen with his mother. Remember the nookie thing? And he takes a string of Christmas lights and wraps it around Dick co-worker's throat and lifts him up, strangling him in the process. My hero, right? Absolutely not. Pamela is fucking pissed. She can't believe that he did that. And I can't believe that Pamela is so pissed about it. Bitch, you know he saved you, right? After not getting that validation from Pamela for saving her, Billy decides, you know what? Fuck all of this. He takes out a knife and plunges it right in her stomach, and you see this great shot of her tits, which is fucking primo. But admittedly, you can't pay attention to the tits, because that stab wound as it's coming up, it's gnarly, man. But the tits are still amazing, and worth picking up on Blu-ray. Now, as unjustified as that kill was, it does not hold a candle to the onslaught of just unjustified killing that Billy goes on from this point. He kills the store owner, the cool guy who just wants to get everybody drunk, kills him with a fucking hammer. The store owner's wife tries to run away, but apparently Billy is an amazing archer and fucking cocks back an arrow and right through the fucking heart. Billy picks up an axe and decides, I'm gonna leave the store. And this is when we see a young couple about to bang on a pool table. I'm just gonna write that on my bucket list. And this is when the girl gets up off the pool table in order to go let the cat in. But Billy uses this as an opportunity to get into the house, and he murders her by hanging her up on a deer's antlers. And what a fucking cool scene. If you're lucky enough to watch the unrated version, you actually get to see this awesome special effect with the antlers like coming out of her stomach, and then she just hangs there like a fucking, it's so good. After a while, the guy who is absolutely about to fuck her goes looking for her, but instead ends up catching Billy's hands. And this is the scrappiest of people that we've seen Billy encounter so far. These two really go back and forth for a while, but ultimately Billy is the one that gets the upper hand and throws him out of a fucking window. He has a very brief encounter with a little girl that those two were babysitting, and he grills her about being a good girl or a bad girl, and she sticks to her gun. She's like, nah son, I've been dope all year long.
Money, please! Money, please.
Ben, give her some money, it's easier.
So Billy rewards her with a box cutter. I know it's supposed to play like a weird thing to do, but like, give me a box cutter. We then see two unassociated teenagers mug some kids for their sleigh, But Billy breaks up that party by winding up his axe like a baseball bat and swinging at the appropriate time that a sled is coming down and cuts off one of these teenagers' heads. And it's probably one of the cooler effects in this movie. And also, a justifiable death. Good job, Billy. That's what I like to see from you. Then finally, Billy starts making his way back to the orphanage. Something that I was waiting for this entire time in the movie, because we need to see Billy confront Mother Superior and fucking put an end to this bitch. Side note that I forgot to mention, cops have been on Billy's tail for like the last 15 minutes of this movie up until this point, and they're with Sister Margaret. And they finally catch up to Billy once he reaches the orphanage. And as he leans over to shake a little boy's hand, the cop ends up putting like 5 bullets in his back. Traumatizing all of the kids on the yard. A world of Billies to come. Billy never even makes it to Mother Superior, who we see, because it is like 10 years later, is now in a wheelchair. And much nicer to Billy's brother, Ricky, than she ever was to Billy. But oh no, Billy has gotten up, he's not where we left him, and the cop who gunned him down starts snooping around trying to find him. But oh no, unfortunately he catches an axe to the stomach, and Billy fucking pushes him down a flight of steps. And just that still frame of the cop laying down at the end of the steps is very chilling and very realistic looking. Billy actually makes it into the orphanage and comes face to face with Mother Superior. And inside of me, I am fucking stoked because I hate Mother Superior. I'm so glad I'm gonna see her fucking die in her wheelchair. She's just a fucking child abusing, bitchy cunt, and I couldn't wait to watch her die. However, just as Billy is about to give it to her, a detective standing with Sister Margaret guns him down. And man, do I fucking hate that. But I'm gonna come back to that, because the last thing that you see in this movie is little Ricky watching his big brother die in a Santa Claus costume. And the very last word of this movie is naughty, which sets this franchise up for sequels. Now, coming back to what I was just talking about, I'm so bummed out that Sister Margaret didn't kill Billy. Emotionally, through this movie, she is the one that we watched protect him as a child. She's the one that saw him into getting his first job. She should have been the one to have to put him down just emotionally for us as a viewer. And I feel like when I watch this movie, you can tell that this is not an extremely polished version of what this film could have been. It feels like a first attempt, which is great. The movie is enjoyable, and I actually like it quite a bit. But little things like not developing any other characters besides Billy, so that way once we actually see Billy snap, we have nothing to do but watch him kill people, which admittedly after a while is a little boring. I would have loved if we had some more Sister Margaret, so that way once she did finally have to confront Billy, there was like a emotional power struggle that we went through. And I feel like that just missed the mark in this film. The same thing can be said for Ricky, Billy's little brother. Kind of a character that just existed without much care. I know the implication why we should care about Ricky as Billy's little brother, but they didn't set up anything for me to feel that way about him. Also, the fact that we see Billy kill so many people who really didn't deserve it, but we don't see him kill Mother Superior, kind of fucks me up a little bit. I'm pretty upset about that. Spoiler warning for part 2, but like, she does end up dying, but Ricky is the one to kill her. And I just don't think that that means as much as if we would have seen Billy kill her, since she was his abuser. All that said, I was entertained by Silent Night, Deadly Night. I felt bad for Billy as a character. I rooted for Billy. I rooted against Billy. I was sad to watch him die, and I enjoyed when he was killing others. This is a movie that, yes, there are major holes in it, but for some reason, I still really fucking like this film. And it's something that I want in my collection. So all of this said, all of this put together, I'm gonna give this movie an 8. It's still a great slasher, and any of the things in this film that you can perceive as kind of being lackluster are easily forgivable. The kills, gratuitous nudity, and pacing of the film are fantastic, and I have way more positive feelings about this movie than I do negative. I want to take a quick time out just to thank everybody who has been supporting my channel, coming on and leaving me comments, showing me all the love that you guys have. I really appreciate that, and it helps me continue to make these videos for you. If you can't get enough of this, me and my buddy Backyards Butcher also have a podcast together called Aimless Deathscussion, and we just put out a Christmas episode where we talk about Better Watch Out and Sleigh Bells. Head over and listen to our episodes. It's pretty fun. Alright guys, once more, happy holidays. If you like this video, please like it. Make sure that you subscribe. And if there's anything that you want to see me cover, make sure you leave it in the comments below. That's going to be it for this video. Peace, video creeps.